Hi guys, today is day 4 and the topic for today is grammar and we're going to learn the difference between simple past and present perfect. Now, it might seem a little weird with technical words, but do not worry because some of you might know it already, but you just don't know what it is called, and how to better use it. Okay, so I'm going to explain today what is simple past and what is present perfect together with timelines so that you better understand. Okay, first of all, you can look for words that give you indication. What are words that give you indication? Clues, right? So the clues for present perfect are ever, never, since, so far, yet. Okay, so these are certain words that give you indications that they are present perfect. What's the difference? Let's take a look at the timeline. So this is a timeline. Okay, timeline, when I say X is the past. Okay, the middle line here is now, which means this is the present. Maybe I should better describe it and call it present. With that part. Okay, so this is the present. Okay, this particular thing. X is the past, and this is the future. Okay, so this is the future. And so we're not going to get into future now. We're going to learn the past, present, and future. Okay, so here, if I should better describe this, let's say past. Okay, fair enough. So this is the past, this is the present, this is the future. And we are going to take a look at the present perfect. Okay, so the present perfect is nothing but from the past and it continues to the present, okay, which means till now. Okay, whatever you're doing right now, so from the past to the present, if anything is said or done, then that is the present perfect. Understood? Clear now? So whatever you do from the past till now, okay, if you say I was eating, which means it was like, you've been doing that and that is continuing till now, then that is the present perfect. Okay, it is not going to go to the future. All right, let's take a look at a few indication words, words that indicate the past simple. So clue words for the past simple are last, ago, yesterday. Okay, these are few words and right from the past tense, and this is now. Now means present tense. Okay, present tense. Okay, and here between the past and the present, the action is already completed, which means it does not come to the present. Okay, that is past simple. An action that is already completed in the past and you are talking about it, that is past simple. Simple past. Okay, it does not come to the present. The action is not happening right now in the present. So what is present perfect? An action that was done in the past and is still continued in the present is present perfect. However, what is past simple is an action that's already completed. Okay, that's the difference. Got it? So let's move on. Let's take a look at a few examples. Affirmative sentences are sentences that, are positive. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a few sentences for present perfect. So what is the formula? The formula is basically going to be subject plus the verb has or have plus the past participle. You may ask me, what is the past participle? As you keep learning, you will understand it. We will definitely teach that in depth in a different class. Okay, for now, just know it as, if you see the word study, okay, the actual word study, S-U-D-Y, okay, this is the root verb, the mother verb. Okay, so this studied, past tense, ed, is the past participle of the word study. Okay, so the verb I, the subject I, the word has or have. So for I, always the subject is have. Okay, you can't say I has, which is grammatically wrong. So you have to say I have studied. Okay, the next one is you have studied. He or she has studied. We have studied and they have studied. Okay, so these are the conjugations for the verb study. Okay, and this is with the subject, verb has or have, and then the past participle. So let's take a few examples of the simple past here, and the affirmative sentences are, the formula is subject plus just the past participle. Past participle indicates that the action is already completed in the past and it's no longer in the present. Okay, so that'll simply be I studied, you studied, he or she studied, we studied, and they studied. So this is the simple past. Okay, now that you've understood how the formula works, let's take a look at the negative sentences of the present perfect. Okay, so here you will see the subject as the formula is subject plus the word hasn't, which is has not. Okay, it is the contraction of the verb has and not. Okay, and this is haven't, which is has and not contraction, and then this one is have and not contracted form. So has and not becomes hasn't, have and not becomes haven't, plus the past participle. Okay, so I haven't studied in London, you haven't studied in America, he or she hasn't studied in Switzerland, we haven't studied in India, they haven't studied in New Zealand. So now that you know how you could use this particular formula, subject, hasn't, haven't, or the past participle, now you can make sentences. But before that, we also need to take a look at the negative sentences of the simple past. So formula again, subject plus the word didn't plus the infinitive verb. Now didn't is a contraction of did not. Okay, and it is the contracted form, did not. So let's take a look at a few conjugations. So I didn't study, you didn't study, he or she didn't study, we didn't study, they didn't study. These are the conjugations here. If you know the format, if you know the formula, then you will be able to easily construct simple yet powerful sentences. Okay, so let's take a look now at interrogative sentences for the present perfect. So the formula is have or has. Okay, you could use any one only, and then you followed by the subject, followed by the past participle. So have I studied in England? Have you studied in Denver? Has he or she studied in New York? Have we studied in America? Have they studied in Japan? So now you know how you could use the present perfect in the interrogative form. So a few looks at the examples of the simple past in the interrogative form. The formula is subject, that is did, plus the subject, plus the word given to you in the infinitive form. It's kind of weird because that somehow fell in between. Okay, I've adjusted that. So, did I study in Cambridge? Did you study in Mac University? Did he or she study in Chicago? Did we study in Massachusetts? Did they study in Nevada? So these are places that has famous or prominent universities. And I've told you with the examples of how you could use the formula effectively. Now that you know how you could use the simple past in the interrogative form, let's take a look at the comparisons. Okay, the main difference between the present perfect and the simple past. It's very simple, guys. Simple past, action finished. Okay, so if I should, okay, past action continues. Let's say if this should simplify it for you. Okay, the past action continues. And here, if you see, okay, okay. Right, and here if you see action completed. Okay, so here for the simple past, the action is completed. And for the present perfect, the past action continues, whereas the simple past, the past action does not continue. It is completed action. Okay, so I hope you have understood that. And let's take a look at comparisons. Okay, so let me see if I can blow that up for you so you can better see. Okay, I hope that made it any better. All right, so the present perfect shows relationships between the past and the present. I told you, an action in the past still continues to the present, whereas the past talks about the actions and the events in the past, but it is now finished, which means the action is completed and it's not in the present anymore. So she has phoned me 4 times so far, which means she's been calling me, right, like for the past 4 hours now, and it's still continuing because she's yet calling. However, if you say she called me last week, then it's done. She's not calling you anymore, right? A second example, he has never played golf before, which means right from the past till now, he's never played golf. And the other way of saying the simple past is he didn't play football yesterday. Okay, did you get that? Which means yesterday the action is over. He might play football today, but actually, as of yesterday, he didn't play. Okay, that's the consideration. The third sentence is my sister has written many books. She is still, which means she is still writing. Okay, has written many books. So here, if you see, Shakespeare wrote many plays. Okay, here they're using the past participle word, and that indicates that it is an action in the past. Here, didn't play, they're using an action in the past. Here, if you say never played before, which means it is a present perfect, right? Now, the last example is he has worked there for 6 years now. So he has worked there, meaning he's still working. Has worked, the indication has, the word has helps you to understand that he's still working in that particular place. However, if you say he worked there 6 years, which means he's no longer working in that place. Okay, so just the ed shows it's a completed action. Now, let's take a look at another comparison. We use present perfect with today, this morning, this week, etc. And these periods are not finished when the time of speaking, which means when you're speaking, which means the action is still continuing. We use simple past with today, this morning, this week, and these periods are finished at the time of speaking, which means the action is already completed. Do not get thrown off. Just take a look at the sentences. I haven't shaved today. Okay, so take a look at haven't and shaved. So this word haven't indicates that he will be shaving anytime sooner. Okay, he may shave later or he may not. However, haven't indicates that it is present perfect. Whereas I didn't shave today, he missed the day's work and he's not going to be able to do it because the action is completed. Okay, which means he hasn't done his work. The second example is she has written. So the written here has to have two WRI. There's a typo error there, TTEN. Okay, that is the spelling of written. And okay, some reason it's not getting highlighted. Maybe there's no space. So she has written 3 prescriptions this morning and it's the morning. Okay, it's still in the morning, which means she still has a long way to go. So has written, the word indication has here shows that it will be continuing and she will be writing many more prescriptions. So if you say she wrote, which means it's a direct subject followed by the past participle, and hence this is an action completed in the past. So these are ways that you could identify whether they are the present perfect or the simple past. Now, your task of the day is you could use whatever grammar you've been learning as, and when you're learning, just use them in the topic for the day. And today's topic is there a need for mentors? Now, who are mentors? According to me, first of all, maybe you could, Google it and tell me Okay, I want you to Google and tell me who are mentors first of all. Okay, um, this is just one teeny weeny bit, and I want you to do that. I want you to Google and tell me, what did you understand? Do not give me the exact definition from the dictionary or Google. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm basically looking for is if you can speak and tell me who are mentors. Do you have a mentor? Why do you need a mentor? If yes, tell me why. If no, again, tell me why. Justify yourself. Then, do you have a mentor? Who is that person? How is that person qualified to be a mentor? Does your mentor give you options and tells you this are your options, choose the best? Or does he choose it for you? Can you trust them? Are they reliable? So you could go ahead and answer pretty much all these questions. Do you make your own decisions? Or does your mentor make the decisions for you? It is not necessary that you need to answer every question. However, you need to make a video a minimum of 2 minutes, a maximum of 5 minutes. We do not want you to read off from a script. Please look into the camera and talk slowly. The idea or the objective is for you to talk in English. And when you could talk, then there's nothing greater than that, right? So I want you to start speaking just like me. Articulate your words, speak slowly so that you will learn how to speak, how to pause, how to articulate. And as you keep adding to the vocabulary that we are teaching you every day, the grammar that we're teaching you every day, you will be good to go and you will rock. Trust me. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Keep listening to this video. If need be, okay, you can listen to it 100 times. That's the benefit of the video. So listen to it, practice it, shoot the video, post it on Facebook, get your feedback and start working. Wishing you the very best and bye for now. Bye.